I would like to show you a video of what we have recently done in the month of April as the Anlean movement, and that demonstrates how many people in Jakarta were quite excited about this proposition of Move Now. Summary, let me recap quickly how you create compelling brands which can sustain and continue to be there for many, many years and decades. The first and foremost is having a strong insight, and on a strong insight, developing a very compelling proposition, which in this case I talked about the insight of osteoporosis, low awareness, no solution. So Anlean as a brand has created that awareness and offered a solution. Thorough understanding of consumer behavior, because at a very early stage we realized as part of the education that the behavior was, I don't see my bone. If I take for 1 month, then I think that I have already got enough calcium. But as much as of calcium we take in 1 month, we are also losing calcium on a daily basis. So a constant replenishment, we had to use bone health education and bone scans as a way to create that evidence so that consumers believe in that journey. The third one is the proposition that balances the mix elements. I talked about the 7 marketing mix elements, not the traditional 4 or 5, and how you balance that. Striking the right balance is what enables you to create a brand. Suppose if you have one mix element like fries which is not balanced well, then obviously you will operate with a very small volume. Likewise, if you don't have the right formats which sits in the product, then again you are appealing only to a small section of the target consumers. So it's important to strike that right balance on the proposition. Constant engagement with the consumer. I talked about the constant engagement, the new digital tools. Earlier it was all activation. There were bone scans. There was calling for people to come for what you call as the big walkathons and things like that. And that was a way to engage the consumers, to create again a reinforcement that bone health is not about consuming for once, but consuming multiple times. Innovation to stay relevant. Innovation to stay relevant, I talked about from product being only just powders, liquids, yogurts, cultured. Then again, innovation is also about taking that proposition relevance from being seen as an aniline is only for old people. Today, now we are moving it into younger generation, that at a very early stage in your life, you need to start thinking about mobility, start taking action and having enough calcium so that you are able to build strong bones. So I call this as a virtuous cycle. It is a cycle which has no finishing line. So you have to keep working through this cycle, but constantly keep refreshing your brand through different things that you're seeing here. Through this approach, I'm sure any of you who are passionate about building brands, want to get into marketing or pursue your careers in marketing, are going to see that this is how you're going to be building your brands. And people often say that, okay, now marketing in the new age is very complex. But what I would like to leave with is the thought that, yes, marketing can become complex, but look at the most compelling brands and brands which have sustained many, many years. They're all simple brands with a very simple proposition, well executed. And that is what determines a long-term success. I hope this session from me has been useful to you. And with this, I would like to conclude my presentation and would be open for taking questions. Thank you.
All right, once again, please give a round to Mr. Achyut. Thank you, Mr. Achyut, for your sharing today. All right, we now open the question and answer session for today. We would like to open three first questions from the participants. Okay.
Okay, good afternoon to all. Okay, my name is Liana Paugus from Computer Science. Okay, I have the question for Sir. Okay, what is the social event from Fonterra company for developed country? Social event. Thank you.
What is the social events? The big from Fonterra.
I think the first thing is when you talk about social events, as I said, the brands that we offer are for different age groups.
For developed country.
Yeah, for different benefits. So specifically when I look at an aniline brand which was designed specifically for Asia, which was addressing a certain need. And similarly, the other brands that we have are also having very relevant benefits which are for markets where we are operating and doing business. As a social event, there are multiple events that we do to educate public. And I showed some of it, I showcased some of it. And that gives you an idea of what we are committed to as a brand and as a company. For example, last month when we had this Move Now program, that was a social event. That was a social event which primarily targeted at creating awareness and calling for action. The awareness was that now the work that was done across 5 cities in Indonesia clearly showed that 4 out of 5 people were getting less than 30 minutes exercise every day. That means they were leading a sedentary lifestyle. A sedentary lifestyle in the long term is not helpful for anyone. So we wanted to create that awareness in the society for this sedentary lifestyle and called for an action where we said, invest at least 30 minutes on yourself every day. You have 24 hours and each hour has 60 minutes. And apart from sleeping and checking the Facebooks and other things, we can spend at least 30 minutes on ourselves doing a daily ritual or an exercise, which was basically creating that awareness. And that was an event, I have to say, which was taken very well by the general public. In fact, a number of authorities, government authorities, were also very pleased to see the kind of response that program like this had raised awareness in the public and also called for action. Likewise, I can give you a few other examples that is all part of the events that we've been doing with the society.
Thank you.
Please give us Kuliah. Thank you.